ladies, welcome. I'm Sarah, guiding you through this vinyasa flow. Let's go ahead, let's get started right away. You can begin to transition to whatever comfortable posture you'd like to start your practice in. Extended child's pose, shavasana. You want to take a comfortable seat on your mat. Whatever is going to feel best for you to really just kind of settle in. And as you start to work your way into your beginning posture and pose, if it helps to find just a little bit of movement, settle and quiet your mind. Begin to find some stillness, feeling just your breath moving in and out. As you have already begun your practice by making a choice, decisions that feel best in your body by listening to what you need and what feels good. So even as we begin to move through our practice, I guide you and offer up poses and postures, always come back to the idea of listening, feeling what you need. Maybe it's the pace, you're going a little bit faster or slower with your breath. Making those modifications and variations that you need. Challenging yourself, backing off. All of these are valid and important for your practice. You have your breath, you have your body, you have what you need within you already. Take another couple full, deep body breaths wherever you are. You can start to add in those movements that feel good. Maybe it's small, circling your wrists, your ankle, opening and closing your jaw. You get small and compact, maybe a little bit like a cat back, drawing your forehead to your knees if you're on your back, taking long body stretches. Maybe opening the sides, walking your hands one side of your mat to the other. Take a few more rounds of breath and movement. You're going to be a little more active in your body here. You can start to transition up maybe to a seat or coming into your tabletop. You're going to move through the spine. Again, maybe shifting your hips side to side, rolling out your head. And think of this as a time to assess, see how your body feels. Check in with your breath. We'll all start to meet up in our neutral tabletop. Once you get to your tabletop, really just making sure those shoulders are stacked over our wrists, making sure our hips are stacked over our knees. And from where we are, we're just going to tuck our toes, sink our hips towards our heels, come up onto the fingertips, begin to walk those arms out to the side. You can begin to rest your forehead, your chin towards your mat. Feel free to take those fingers even further out to the side like a T shape. Drop the shoulders at the ear. At the same time, press into the soles and balls of your feet. Slowly bringing those hands back underneath their shoulders, untuck the toes, pressing forward. Step those left toes long behind us. We're going to spin open, little modified side plank, reaching up high. And drawing that bicep towards the ear. Take a big arm circle. Circle the other way. And bring that left hand to your hip or to your low back, little half bind, and think of just floating that left leg straight behind you. Maybe gaze towards that back leg. Make sure it's pulling straight out, not behind us, not in front. And relax that head now. And release that left foot back down. Reach that left arm overhead. Coming back into our tabletop, we'll just switch it out. Right toes behind us. Spinning open to that modified side plank, reaching up towards the ceiling. And that side stretch arm towards your ear. You're going to take some nice big arm circles. Go slow and steady, go the other way. Up and around. And right hand to our hip or to your low back, half bind. You're going to float that right leg up. Again, gaze towards that back leg, pressing straight up from your hip. Relax your neck. And we'll release, coming back into our tabletop. Tuck your toes, crouch and curl, hands towards the feet, back of our mat. We'll take a little twist, sending that right arm up towards the ceiling. Keeping that twist as we begin to stretch out the legs any amount, get your head heavy. And right hand back to our mat, crouch and curl. We'll switch out the arms, reaching that left arm high. Keep that twist as you begin to stretch the legs out. Hands back down. We'll walk out to take our high plank. Again, restack those shoulders over hips. Lengthen through the back of the knees and the heels. Find your breath here. Take a little rock forward and back. Just start to warm up the shoulders, warm up the front and back of the body. And shifting forward, you can come to your knees or stay lifted, coming all the way down to our mat. Elbows underneath our shoulders, bring the fingers and palms forward, lifting our chin, chest, press into the ground, squeezing the glutes together. Take a moment, just peer over your right shoulder. Coming back to the center, switch it out, take it to the left. And back to the center, and now chin to your chest. Press your mat away, cat back from here. And then roll down to your spine, return to that arch. Try to take it one vertebrae at a time. Two more like that, chin to chest. Press that away, cat back. And rolling down through the spine. One more time, chin to chest. Cat back, pressing that away. And rolling down. Releasing torso. Tabletop or high plank, feel that same long line of energy. And lengthening back into our first down dog. You do what you need here. Release another few rounds of breath. And then on our next inhale, lift the heels. And you're going to roll through your spine. Think of that same kind of rippling through, finding your high plank. And just bend your knees, slide your chest back to your legs, then stretch it out, down, dog. Two more like that, lift the heels, rolling through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bend the knees, sliding your chest to your legs, stretch back down, dog. One more, roll through the spine, high plank. Bend the knees, slide the chest back down, dog. And you can soften your knees, bring your feet up to your hands, forward fold. Softness in your knees, first one, halfway lift long, flat back. Folding forward, knees can stay soft and bent. Now inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms. Squeeze those shoulders down out of your ears. Folding forward. Now inhale, Tadasana, stand tall, reach up. Hands into your heart center. Bring your focus into your body. Collect that breath. Use following your breath, your body. Inhale, Tadasana, lift up. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Any variation in your arm. Inhale, lift up. When you exhale, take it to the left. Inhale, lift up. Forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms, reach it back. Folding left foot back, low lunge. Take a moment, press out through that back leg. Fingertips to your mat. And back knee coming down, crescent moon, reaching up. Hands behind the head, elbows wide. You can start to lift your chin and chest, broaden across your shoulders. Hands to our mat. We're going to lift that back knee up. Move through your wide forward fold to your low lunge, back of your mat. Take that same crescent moon, back knee down, fingertips reaching high. Hands behind the head, elbows broad, lifting chin and chest. Hands to our mat, step back to your down dog, hips are high, press the mat away, breath in, breath out. Knees can bend, walking to the top of your mat so you're facing the back. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, reach up. Your side stretch to the left, any variation in the arm. Inhale, lift to the center. On your exhale, take it to the right. Inhale, center. As you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, airplane the arm. Fold left foot back, low lunge. Stay lifted in the low lunge, open arm twist, right arm reaching high, or you can take your half bind, roll that right shoulder. Right hand back to our mat, quarter turn to your wide forward fold. And then keep turning to your left foot, coming back to the top of your mat. Stay lifted, open arm twist that left arm high. Hand to our mat, step right back down, dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to your high plank. Release just to your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbows pin and lower about halfway. Keep your focus looking out. Inhale, press straight back up. One more exhale, lower halfway, slow and controlled, head stays forward. Press back up, tuck your toes, hips high, stretch the legs out, down dog. Full breath in, full breath out when you need. Inhaling our right leg up. Just bend that knee, you can circle out your ankle. You want to take some hip circles. Maybe bend and straighten that top leg. We're going to hold that right leg, shift a little bit towards your high plank, and we're going to spin, plant that right foot behind you, turn your heels, and then draw your elbow into your hips and sink low. And now inhale, press up, find a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, elbow to your ribs, sink low. One more time, inhale, press up. Exhale, sink low. Now spin back around to your down dog. Plant that right hand, right foot. Inhale, send your left leg half. Start by bending that knee, circle the ankle. And open out that hip, and then straighten the leg. We'll hold that left leg, shifting towards your high plank. We'll start to pivot around, plant that left foot. Spinning open, bring your elbow and sink your hips low. Inhale, stretch any amount, lift up. Exhale, elbows and sink low. One more, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, elbow and sink low. Left hand and foot flip back around, finding your down dog. One breath in. Full breath out. Inhale your right leg high. Knee to nose, cat back, squeeze the knee to your chest. Inhale, right leg high. Cross towards your left elbow, open to your right arm, sweep that leg back up. Knee to nose, low lunge. Settle into both feet. Pull that right hip back. Coming up high, crescent lunge. Hands behind elbows open wide, lifting our chin and chest. And kick that back heel up. Release full airplane expression. Reach your fingertips back, chest coming forward. Begin to float that back leg straight behind you. One long lunge. Finding your breath here for 3. Make your way back to high crescent lunge in 2. And 1, take your time settling. You don't have to arrive there right away. Lifting tongue. Settling back in. Open to your warrior 2. Ground everything. Press down. Little dancing warrior. Inhale, stretch up. Turn both feet to the side. Warrior 2, back of your mat. Open wide with your breath. Inhale, stretch up. Open warrior 2. Now reverse triangle, stretch that right knee, reach up. We're going to keep the legs a little more straight, reach that right arm out. And just bring right hand to your hip, leaning slightly, and just reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. So stay higher rather than getting low. Another option is to just float that bottom arm so your hand is away from your leg. And think of staying open and just up a little bit. Return to our warrior 2, bend that front knee, reaching out. Hands cartwheel to your front foot, find that low lunge, spin that back heel. 3, leg down dog, press, float that right leg. You can hold that leg as you come to your high plank. From your knees, or you can come down to your knee, or stay lifted. You can lower halfway, take that cobra, or you can release to your up dog. Finding your down dog, press it back. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. With your breath, as you're ready, inhale that left leg. Knee to nose, cat back, pull into your chest. Stretch that leg up. Cross to your right, elbow circle, open to your left, reach that leg back up. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Pull that left hip back. Press down through the feet. Coming up high crescent lunge. Hands behind head, elbows wide, lifting our chin and chest. Kick that back heel up. Full airplane, fingers back, chest coming forward, back leg reaching straight behind us. Find your breath here for 3. And make your way down, high crescent lunge in 2. And 1, see if you can take your time, go almost slow motion, high crescent lunge. Once you settle in, warrior 2, back heel down, press it open. Just moving through our body and breath, dancing more. Inhale, stretch up. Warrior two, open up. Again, inhale, stretch up. And warrior two. Reverse triangle, stretch and lift. Now standing tall, we'll bring that left hand to our hip. Right arm can lean up towards the ceiling as you take that little lean. Again, don't think of it as your triangle coming down. Stay up, press into that right hip. Feel that length on your right side, but lifting tall. Option to float that bottom arm away from the leg. Rebend that front knee, warrior two. Hands to your mat, low lunge, spin that back heel. 3 leg down dog, float that left leg. You want to chaturanga, maybe float your leg. High plank, or you can come down to your knee. Lowering your chest and release cobra or up dog, lift and stretch. Take your down dog, breath in. Breath out. Again, as you need, inhale. Stay for your exhale. Use inhale, send your right leg, knee to nose, cat back, pull to the chest. Inhale, stretch that leg up. Cross to your left elbow, falling star, kick it out. Open that arm up, press your hips high. Hand to your mat, pull your right knee to your nose, send that leg up, stretch it up. Knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Firm up the legs, right hip pulls back, high crescent lunge. Time to interlace those hands, chest expansion. Shoulders roll down. And start to lift your chin and chest. Full airplane, hands release. Keep those fingers reaching behind you. Rock that way forward, float that left leg. Take your time, settle back down, high crescent lunge, reaching up. Adding a little open arm twist, pull that right arm back. Pull that right hip back at the same time. High crescent lunge, square up. Warrior two, open up. Dance that warrior, inhale, stretch up, find your breath. Warrior two, open up. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse triangle, lengthen, stretch up and back. You can take that a little bit further towards your triangle, reaching out and down, float that top arm high. You like that half bind. Rebend that front knee, warrior two, reaching up. Stay low, hands cartwheel to your mat, spin that back heel. Float that right leg high. He's from here, right up, flip our dogs. Pull that right foot behind you. We've already been here, but maybe lifting up a little bit higher. Maybe even come up onto your toe. And slowly heels down, swing that right leg, right hand, right foot back around, down, down. As you're ready, inhale, left leg high. Cross to your right arm, fallen star. Kick that leg out, open the shoulders, open the hips, reach up. Hand to your mat, pull that left knee and cat back. Send that left leg high. Knee to nose, low lunge. Hips square, pull that left shoulder and hip back, rising up. Chest expansion, interlace the hands. Roll the shoulders down. Start to lift up slightly. Full airplane. Release those fingers, reaching back. Float that back leg straight up, chest coming forward. Settle back in, high crescent lunge. Take your time. Open arm, twist that left arm back and gently start to pull your left hip back at the same time. Square off high crescent lunge. Warrior two, press down and open. Dance that warrior with our breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse triangle, lift and lengthen. Taking a little more towards your triangle, reaching out, pressing that right hip. Out and down. Option for that half bind, half hand. Rebend that front knee, warrior two. See if you can stay low and just spin your back heel, hands cartwheel to your mat. 3-leg down dog, float that leg. Full back bend. You can shift forward as you bend that knee. Flip it around. Send that left arm high. Reach it overhead. Maybe lift your heel. Coming back around, left arm, left hand, left foot. Coming back to our mat. Breath in. Full breath out. Another inhale as you need. Stay for your exhale. Inhale your right leg high, stretch it up. Cross to your left elbow, hold it right here. Now we're gonna open to our side plank, so open to your right arm. You can start to reach that right arm high. You wanna float your legs, stack it on top, or bicep towards your ear. Feel that right hip straight on top of your left. So you tend to open up, try to keep it squared on top. Bring that right hand to your mat. Pull that right leg high, reach it up. Knee to nose, low lunge. High crescent lunge, rising tall. Right hand to low back, left arm around the rib cage. Just start to find a twist. Gently pull that right shoulder, right hip back. Stay lifted and tall through your chest. Standing splits is next. Unwind. Fingertips forward. You can think of it as like your airplane. Rock your weight, lift your chest, float that back leg. Maybe your head is heavy. See if you can see your leg behind you. So it's not crossing and it's not opening wide. It's straight behind you. So that leg is active. If you want to rotate that left hip and kind of start to open the leg up, maybe you can take that leg a little bit higher. If you want a deeper hamstring stretch, again, keep that leg straight up behind you. We'll bend that left knee and take your forward fold, feet together. Inhale, halfway airplane the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, standing tall, reach up. Hands into our heart center. We're going to start to shift the weight into our left foot and open that right knee and hip out. You can start to come up into your tree. So an option, you can always ground it, press the foot into leg pressing back into foot. You feel like you want a little bit more in that right hip. Hand can come on the leg or even underneath your knee. Just draw your knee up towards your shoulder. It always help to counterbalance in that other arm reaching out or reaching up. So wherever you are, feeling your right knee and hip opening out to the side, but shoulders and hips are almost like a picture frame, pointing straight forward. From where you are, gently just draw that right knee back towards your chest. One leg Tadasana, reach everything up. From here, we're going to take a big step back to your warrior two. Open everything out. So with your left leg in front, finding your warrior two. Again, feel your shoulders and hips. Picture frame towards that side. We're going to come to our half moon pose. So turn your palms to face towards that right side. Bring your left fingertips down. Think of that standing splits. At the same time, you're going to start to float that right leg. Think of your foot straight behind you. And a little softness in the leg you're standing on. See if you can start to maybe float up, reach higher. Use your right abdominals to pull you up and away from the ground. That's a lot of strength in your core and the sides of your body. But wherever you are, rotating that right side open, left side underneath. If you have sugar cane or maybe even want to take a half bind, you can either bring that back knee, kick your foot into your hand, or right hand to your low back. Think of that right hip and knee opening out to the side. Take 2 more breaths. Maybe breathe there a little bit longer if you need to. Start to soften the leg you're standing on. Float those right toes down. Touch the ground and then bring your chest up. Find your warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, lift up and back. Hands to your front foot, low lunge. Now 3 leg down dog, float that left leg high. Cross to your left arm, just feel that twist in your spine. Keep that left knee squeezing as we open to our side plank. Float that left leg, stack it on top. And feel your shoulders and hips. Pull your left hip rather than behind you. Squared up on top. Reaching high. Hand to your mat. Turn the hips forward. Float that left leg high. Knee to nose. Low lunge. High crescent lunge. Rising tall. Left hand to our low back. Right arm wrap around the wrists. Stay tall. Feel that twist. Pull your left hip, left shoulder back. Winding to standing splits, hands down. Rock that weight forward. Float the leg. Then like your airplane, feel that heel pressing behind you. Check in your legs not crossing or opening out wide. Straight out of your hip. If you want to start to open that right hip, maybe your leg comes up a little bit higher to get a deeper hamstring stretch if you need. Leg is still pointing straight out. Draw that right knee in, take your forward fold. Inhale, halfway airplane, the arms long spine. Exhale, fold. Tadasana, standing tall, reach up. Hands into your heart center, gather your breath. Start to shift to your right leg. We'll open that left knee and hip out, taking your tree with that left leg lifted. Again, it can be grounded, foot pressing into your leg. Wrap hand around or underneath your left knee. Start to draw that knee up towards your shoulder. And if it helps to kind of counter, because a lot of the weight is coming towards your left side. Reach your arm out, up. And feel those shoulders. Feel that left knee and hip opening out. And release from where you are. Slowly control that left knee back towards your chest, both arms reaching high. We'll take our step back to our warrior two, opening out. Shoulders and hips are square that side. As you take your warrior two, you're going to keep reaching your arms out and then just flip your palms to face towards the left side. Our half moon, leg is going to stay straight behind us. So as you lean down and forward, shift your weight and then float that leg high. Maybe you start to bring that weight up. Think of lifting through your left abdominals, your left side body, rotating that right side under, left hip and knees pressing out and kind of opening. Leg is still straight behind you. You can add that sugar cane, bending your knee, reaching your hand back, or stay long, half thigh. These couple breaths where you are. Maybe take an extra breath or two to steady yourself, and then take your time to flow back to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, stretch up. Hands to front foot, low lunge. 3-leg down dog. Take your down dog. You can stay. If a chaturanga feels good for you, high to low, any variation. Maybe from your down dog, we'll just come to our tabletop. We're going to take a similar thing to what we did at the very start. So we'll sink our hips towards our heels. Toes can stay untucked this time. Coming up to your fingertips. Begin to walk them forward again. Take them out to the side. And then we're going to let top of our head come towards the ground. You can stay here or this variation of a rabbit. So top of your head, crown of your head is to the mat. You can kind of roll yourself forward so your elbows might start to bend. If you want to take your arms back out, stretch them out, or you can kind of keep them in, rock that weight forward, and really think about trying to broaden across your back, across your low back, your mid back, your upper back. At the same time, you're staying broad through your shoulders. Slowly, you can begin to roll back down. If it helps to open those knees and hips out, taking your fully extended child's pose. As you melt your chest towards the earth, letting those knees and hips soften and open wide. Again, Yogis, you have everything you need here. Your breath, your body. You have the mat and the ground underneath you supporting you. Take a couple big breaths here. Do anything you need. Maybe it's, again, rocking, finding movement, or just feeling your breath. Coming back up into your tabletop. We'll tuck the toes. We're just going to lift our hips and lift our knees. Pressing back to your down dog. Moment, pedal through. Feel your chest and your head be just as heavy here. And we'll inhale, float that right leg high, right knee towards your right arm. Bring it beside your thumb. Come to an open, wide runner's lunge. Take that foot further up, further out. Down to your back knee. Always, if you like to come to your forearms, we roll to the outside of that right foot. That quad stretch, if that always feels good for you. Back up to your palms. Bring that right foot in towards the center. Keep both hands on the inside of your right foot. Think of pulling your right hip back and your left hip pressing forward, and then you can start to stretch out that front leg. Again, still trying to pull your right hip back. You can keep those arms extended. You can draw them in. Use another option is to add a little twist here. It can change this hamstring stretch. Right arm higher. You can even bring it to your low back and your hip. And maybe think of gently coercing your right hip to pull back and flatten out your low back rather than that hip lifting up. Tall, if it helps you out, wherever you are. Begin to come back to our low lunge. Bring that right foot in, hands to front. Back knee lifts up. We'll turn to our side lunge. So you can adjust your feet a little bit closer together or further out. Turn those heels in, toes out. Really bending into that right leg. Hands can balance, heart center. Fingertips can stay down. You can even stay open and wide. Really try to reach and extend. We'll turn back to that front foot low lunge. Just step right back up to your down dog. Switch out the legs, inhaling that left leg. The left knee towards that left arm. Bring it to your thumb, a little bit further out. And then you can keep walking in and adjust. That wide open runner's lunge, back knee, soften. Forearms rolling to the outside. Quad stretch if you like. Start to come up, bringing that left foot more towards the middle. Keep the hands both on the inside. Again, we're going to think of pulling our left hip back and pressing your right hip forward. And then you can try to do that as you start to extend that left leg long. The arms stay reaching out a little bit underneath. If you like that twist, if it felt okay, you can start to reach that left arm up. Stay there. If you want to bring hand to your hip or towards your low back, again, rather than your hip lifting, try to drop it down. Feel that twist. You can melt if you need to. Stretch out that whole left side. We'll come back to our low lunge. You can bring that left foot a little bit more towards the middle of your mat. Going to turn, pivot everything towards your wide forward fold. Feel free to adjust your feet closer together, further out. Heels in, toes out to the corner. And rebend, sink into that left leg. And anything you need that helps your pelvis, finding your balance. Stretching out that right leg. And then we'll start to turn back to our front foot. And just step right back to your down dog. Knees from here, walk your hands to your feet at the back of your mat. As you come in, you can take a softness in your knees, Really, maybe even wrap your hands around your leg. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. You get a little sway side to side. You can even release your arm. We'll soften into our crouching curl to take a seat here at the back of our mat. You can just extend your legs straight out in front, making sure those hip bones are flat underneath you. Leave them nice and tall. We're going to tuck that right leg in front and tuck your left leg behind you. Start to lean back onto your hands. Left hip can be relaxed, or you can press it forward. Being mindful of your left knee, if it feels okay. You want to maybe start to slowly melt down to your forearms. If that left knee, left hip feel okay and you want to come down fully onto your back, feel free to do so. You keep tweaking and adjusting, maybe hip relaxed or engaged, as open as you need that knee to be. Close, bump the heel out. And start to press yourself all the way back up to our seat. Kind of squeeze that left knee in and then just open that left leg out to the side. We're going to walk our hands forward, so keep that left foot and knee rotated towards the ceiling and walk your hands out. You can again think of staying lifted on your fingertips, forehead down. Start to come back up. We'll switch out our legs, tuck that left leg in front, right foot tucking behind. You can lean back on the hand. And be mindful of your right kneecap, your right joint. Feels okay. You want to start to gently melt down to your forearm. Pause there first, see how it feels. Make adjustments as you need to. Take it down onto your back. Always keep modifying and adjusting. You don't have to stay where you are. Pressing yourself up. Tuck that right knee in and then unwind. Lengthen that right leg out. Right knee and toes up towards the ceiling. Walk forward. And back up. Just extend both legs out in front. A little forward. The legs out in front, reaching your fingertips forward. Just roll down about halfway. And rolling back up. Take that one more time. Stretch those legs out, roll halfway. And back up. Now you can kind of bend your knees in. You can start to roll forward and back a few times. Length of your spine. Keep that knees and your chest, everything pulling towards the middle. And then you use it from there. You want to take it all the way back, stay in your plow. Hands can stay on the mat or to your low back. You want to float those legs up, shoulders stand. Keep your head and neck neutral, gazing straight up towards the ceiling if you're in your plow or shoulder stand. You just want to take your legs up the wall, float those legs. Take a couple full deep breaths in this inversion that feels best for you. Softly return your spine back in, knees to your chest. Take a moment, circle out maybe one, then the other leg. Rock also side to side. And then just have your knees in. Take your head and rock your head side to side. Simultaneously open and close your jaw. Or you can even kind of shake your jaw right to left. Moving into supine figure four, right angle to cross. Whatever variations you need. Maybe towards one hip, the other. And just release your arms out to T first. You can relax your legs towards the ground. And start to move to your supine twist. Whatever variation the leg. Release little effort. One leg at a time, drawing back to the middle. If you're ready, figure fours on the opposite side. And a little bit of movement if that helps. Those adjustments that you need. Back to your T first. Relax the upper body. And then legs can fall towards the right side. Whatever variation, settle in. Gently drawing one leg at a time back in. Be a little active here. Just wrap hands around your shins, forward to your knees, squeeze, pull close. When you exhale, as you exhale, just stretch everything out. Take a full breath there. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze, pull close. Full exhale, lengthen out. Stay there for a full breath. Last inhale, squeeze, pull close. And then exhale to your Shavasana. Your Shavasana. First breath. Reestablish. Re-arrive. Resettle. No matter where your mind has wandered to throughout practice, throughout your day so far, no matter how your body has felt, no matter if you didn't really pay attention to your breath during your movement, just take the time now. You have moved, you have breathed, you have made choices, you have adapted. You have everything you need within you. Your breath is the thing you need that you have most readily available. Feel its movement in your body. Pathway out, strength, feel the release. Your practice here, fully in your body, fully in your breath. Your next exhale, you can empty the air out of your lungs. Full deep inhale. Full deep exhale. True power is living the realization that you are your own healer, hero, and leader. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Do whatever you need. Take care of yourselves. Stay well. We'll see you next time.